What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All cash, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.
Welcome to the All Gas No Breaks podcast, Inside Jeff Bronco Football, Week 2 in-season edition. I'm Jamie Long, Radio TV Director here at Jeff High School. Next to me, of course, is Pat Shanley, Head Football Coach for your Jefferson Broncos. Week 1, we got to talk about it.
Yep.
Bishop Chatard. We came up short, 35-28. Maybe not. It's too early to maybe dwell on the negative.
Sure.
But we can let's kind of dwell on the positive. High scoring game. It's too bad either team. It's too bad someone had to lose this game.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
That's what I like to say. What do you think about that notion?
Yeah, I mean it's what I believe to be two good football teams going at it. They are who we thought they were. They're a team that operates a lot like a 6A program from a numbers standpoint and how they the amount of coaches and resources that they have. So we know what they are, and to our kids' credit, we went into a really great and fun high school football environment and performed at times really well. Programs like Chatard that win annually, year in and year out, do not beat themselves, and they didn't. They didn't make many mistakes, and they made us pay for the few that we made. So what we told the guys, obviously there's no medals. They don't hand out medals for losing. They don't hand out medals for Week 1 games regardless. But our goals don't change. They remain the same. And, if we approach coming off a loss correctly, then we're going to get better because of that. So, again, playing teams like that, playing teams like Michigan City this week, we schedule them for a reason because we want to be playing our best football come November. That remains the goal. So they certainly identified areas we got to get better, Jamie.
Okay, so let's run a few numbers from last Friday. Let's start with Barrett, quarterback. His numbers look pretty dang good especially for a losing game. He went 32 for 40 with 373 yards. I mean, you can't.
He was efficient. Yeah, he did a good job really kind of identifying. Chatard did a great job of mixing up their coverages and trying to keep us guessing. And Tristan trusted the game plan. He executed the offense well. There's a couple plays that I know he would like back, that we would like back. But, again, with a kid who's making his 5th or 6th varsity start, mistakes are going to happen. And, again, when you do that against a team like Chatard, they can cost you the game. I'm not putting that on Tristan by any stretch of the imagination. We're happy with how he performed overall. But, again, there's areas where he's got to get better. And, the thing about Tristan is he owned his mistakes and he recognized that he needs to get better. And we're excited to attack this week and hopefully continue to see improvement at that position.
Looks like he had a lot of reps. I mean, it seems like you were throwing more than you were handing off.
Yeah.
Was that game plan going to continue on as the weeks go on?
I don't know. I think we are prepared for anything week to week. We feel like, we hope to have an offense that can attack you in a variety of different ways. And as the game goes on, you've got to assess, where you're having success. And as that game wore on, we felt like we did okay in the run game. We were able to establish the run early a little bit. But Tristan was getting into a pretty good groove, and we were trying to take what the defense was giving us. So, to answer your question, do I anticipate us throwing the ball 40 times a game? If that's where the advantage is, that's what we will do. But, again, we aspire to be balanced.
Well, it looks like Omar Williams didn't have a bad game for himself. He had 207 yards and averaged 10 yards a carry.
Yeah, he broke the school record, too, as well for catches in a game. And, again, there's a couple plays he'd like to have back. He played well. He was in the zone. He played like a Division I wide receiver. And, he's going to have a big test this week. They've got a really good corner, Michigan City. a good secondary, a good defensive scheme, and they're going to see the same tape and see that he had 19 catches. So, how he bounces back and how he performs, this week is going to be exciting to see, because it is another great challenge in front of us.
All right, so let's switch gears to anything else you'd like to say about Bishop Chatard game? I need to wrap it up.
I'll shout out our freshman JV. It was a lot like the varsity. Both teams had a chance to win. And again, a mistake here or there proved to be costly, but it was what we needed a week one game to be. Physical, good football teams, exposing areas we got to improve, and we're ready to take those lessons, flush it, move on to Michigan City.
It really did come down to the wire. I mean, that was about as close of 7-point game as you could get.
Yeah, all three levels were the same way.
Yeah. So, okay, this week, Michigan City. Ready to move on. First home game of the season. What's the first home game always like for you?
Well, this week's going to be a little different. We had a little bit of a fire out at Schumann Stadium. Our dryer caught fire. And we've got smoke damage in our equipment room and our coach's office. Our players have been displaced from the locker room. So a little bit of chaos yesterday, Jamie. Came back from my lunch with some Jimmy Johns and walked into a coach's office full of black smoke. So kind of wild, a little bit of adversity. So we're going to see how this week goes. It's going to be different. But, again, we got to make sure we keep the kids focused on what's in front of us, which, again, is a good football team. But again, Friday is a great opportunity, good football team, first home game. Football in Lafayette area is really special. So that's the main thing. We're going to keep the main thing. We're excited to get out on the field of the Schumann Stadium and perform in front of our fans, man. We're looking forward to it. Last
year, a very close game, lowest scoring, 17-13. You guys came out on top at Michigan City.
Yeah.
How do you anticipate? How's their team changed from this last year to this year, and how do you plan to attack that?
It's been a great series. All three games have been close contests and been down to the wire. So we don't anticipate this week being any different. This is the fourth and final game of this series. Coach Cody French does a tremendous job with his team. He's a great motivator. He's a defensive-minded coach. He's hired a new offensive coordinator, so their offense looks different. It appears that their defense is relatively similar to what they were doing last year. And then they return a bunch of guys. They've got really, really talented box on defense, a talented secondary. Their quarterback, Trent Hart, is in his third year as a starter. He's got a Division I receiver in the McKinney kid that's also going to NIU with Omar, who's really, really good. Their offensive line is massive, and they've got athletes all around them. So it's a really good team that we're going to be hosting on Friday night.
You always find that. Is there a home field advantage at the shoe? Do you always find that?
We'd like to think so. Now, they beat us the last time they were here. But, we love playing in front of our community. We love playing in front of our fans. And the band, Tyler does a great job with our band and really creates a special environment for everybody involved at Schumann Stadium. Okay,
so what are the kind of the key things that when you come see the game on Friday, what are fans going to expect to see? What do you anticipate them kind of wanting to focus on maybe?
Yeah, without giving away too much, hopefully a disciplined football team that plays really, really hard and plays with great emotion. Again, I think we were really, really disciplined for 95% of the game against Chatard, but there were key things in all three phases that we lacked discipline and guys didn't do their job. So, hopefully our fans that were in attendance for the Chatard game see a team that's improved from week 1 to week 2.
Let me point out one of the best things I saw last Friday was Aiden Age getting off the line on defense to get that sack especially. What did you think about his performance?
He's got to play better. He's a Big Ten football player, and he needs to play like a Big Ten football player. We love the kid, and then Aiden's he'll be the first one to tell you that. That's what I love about him. He didn't feel like he played very well. He had a sack. I think statistically he probably played well, but our defense gave up 200 yards rushing. And when they had an opportunity to get a stop on 4th and 2, they didn't. And Aiden's the leader of that defense, right? Naturally by where he's going to play football. So he'll be the first one to tell you. Our defense staff will be the first one to tell you that Aiden H has got to play better, and our entire defensive unit has to play better, and they will. We've gone against them all summer. We really like our defense. It's a very talented group, but it's a group that didn't perform to expectations, and we're looking forward to them continue to get better this week.
I was also noticing that Campbell and the defensive backs were the ones tackling Adams last Friday night.
Right.
That can't happen, right?
Right. Yeah, you don't want your free safety to have 17 tackles, not against a spread team especially. So, our box has to do better, right? The guys got to trust their assignments and do their jobs and do it at a higher efficiency. And, hopefully Kavion doesn't have to have 17 tackles this week. But to his credit, when there's a tackle to be made, the kid's pretty good at getting guys to the ground.
So at least you have something to focus on this week, right?
Plenty.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you kind of crystallized that vision going in. So this week's practice. I know it's only Tuesday when we're taping this, but what have you seen so far? Have you seen people are wide-eyed and open-eared?
And that's our kids. I mean, our kids crave coaching, right? They really are open-minded to critical feedback. It's part of what makes this place so special. We've got tough kids. They're certainly disappointed with last week's result, but everybody came in Saturday morning. Everybody's in for recovery at 9 a.m. with Greg Dunkel, doing the recovery, and then we're in the film room, and everybody's open-minded to what needs fixed. There's a lot of there wasn't finger pointing. There was a lot of acceptance of our shortcomings, and a willingness to be coached, open-minded, and ready to get better. So, we did our walkthrough and our initial fix list and game plan yesterday, and with all the chaos, I thought our coaches and our kids did a great job of keeping the main thing, which is getting ready for Michigan City.
Okay, so we are ready for Michigan City. Friday night, 7:30, kickoff at the Shoe. This has been the All Gas, No Breaks podcast. 1, 2, 3, go Broncos.
What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All gas, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos, let's go. All gas, no brakes, LJ for air, let's play. What we rep, Lafayette, Jeff, Broncos.